Hi, Tara Storm here, coming from Clarity Corp, my private practice here in San Diego, where I focus on the grief recovery method. And I'm able to do this here in person and also online with anyone around the world who's interested in the grief recovery method. So today, I want to introduce a topic that I think will bring you some insight and clarity around some conflicting emotions that may be lingering after a loss. And so I'm going to do this by illustrating here. And I don't have a whiteboard, so I'm going to do this on my piece of paper here. So let's say you have a major loss. Okay, when I say major loss, this can be the death of a parent, this can be a divorce, loss of a pet. Okay, I'm just going to focus on those top three major losses. So here's your major loss. Secondary losses are interesting because they can bring up a lot of anger and resentment, yet we don't really like tease it out until we sit and really think about it. So with a major loss, you could also lose traditions, right? If there's a tradition of going every weekend to grandpa's house for dinner, you might be missing that tradition, and that's another loss. There could be friends, family, people that you thought would be there for you. You thought they'd be at the funeral. You thought they would call you. You thought they might send a card, and they just didn't do it. And that can feel like such a loss when people that you thought would be there for you aren't. Okay, so those are secondary losses. You could, there could be hospice workers, nursing people that you got to know and love that you're also saying goodbye to after the major loss. Okay, a big one are houses. There are folks who, after divorce, they have to sell the house, right? The divorce is the major loss. The secondary loss could be the house, right? Or the neighborhood, the friends. This is a big deal. And I think a lot of times we're like, oh, I'm glad the divorce is over. I mean, I didn't like the guy, blah, blah, blah. Why am I so resentful? Why do I still feel so gross? You could be missing the house. There could be pets that are secondary losses, routines. There can be intangible losses like safety, trust, independence, right? When I write this out, you might recognize, wow, you know, not only am I grieving my mom, I'm really upset about the traditions that I'm losing, the routine that I had to have coffee and chat with her on the phone every morning. I'm concerned about my own health and safety. You know, health can be another loss. Financial issues. I'm worried about my finances now that I spent so much money on the funeral. You know, these are all secondary losses that I want to introduce to get a dialogue going so we can start talking to the people that are supporting us about what we're also grieving. And this could also help us dialogue with someone that we know and love, who we want to show support to. And it could help us ask some more open-ended questions on, like, you know, not just concerned about, oh, were you close to your grandma? Like, were you close? Well, instead of asking a close-ended question, let's say, like, what was your relationship like? What are you missing about that relationship? All right. So let me know your thoughts on this and any other secondary losses that you've thought of. And I'd love to get a dialogue started on this. All right. Thanks, guys. Bye.